Hello, and all glory be to God. I'm so happy that we're together again, and I have another vision for you to share. I had this vision in July of 2015, and I just thought it was kind of hopeful, and we all need a little hope. So, okay, let's get started. I see myself, I'm standing, because I feel like I'm up, and I'm looking over this room. It's a rectangular shaped room, and the walls are pale blue, but they do have a blue tinge to them, and there's rows of chairs going forward, and I can see a television monitor mounted to the ceiling on the top right of the room, the top front of the room. And I can see people sitting in, the seats, but it's like sparse. Few here, few there, few here, few there, and I can only see the backs of their heads. They're sitting very still, and they're wearing hospital gowns, the ones that tie in the back, so I can see the little tie at their neck. And they're all just sitting still, waiting. It's like a waiting room inside the hospital. After they've been checked in or something, and folding chairs. And to the left corner, I can see a desk or a counter, and there's someone sitting at the desk, and her head is a female, and her head's down. And it looks like, if you go in to see your doctor or dentist and check in, and behind her are the patient files. So it's a doctor's office, and one person was standing in front of the desk on our side of the counter, a female nurse, and she was holding a clipboard, and she crossed the room from the left to the center, and there was right next to her a doorway. I don't know if the doorway appeared or it was a doorway, but the wall is pale blue or white, and it's the rectangular shape of a door. I don't actually see a swinging door. It's just the entryway frame, and it's a black void. And you can't see inside. It's just void. And I hear her calling out these very long names, and they're unusual sounding to my ear, like here in America we hear John, we hear, those names. And usually they're shortened, like John would have been Jonathan or something. So, so this name sounded long and not something my ears familiar with. So I heard her calling out all these names, and I didn't respond. Why would I? It's not my name. And from my left, next to me, I'm sitting in the back, and next to me, I feel someone come really close to my face, and I don't move. I just don't move. Not that I didn't want to. I think my eyes were obviously my eyes were looking around because I can see the room, but this person came up to me, and I could see dark curls, waves of curls around. That's how close. And maybe a mustache, or maybe a beard. I could kind of see facial expression. But it was brown hair, and at least tall as I was, or maybe a little taller. So 5'7", 5'6", 5'8", somewhere around there. And this voice, and it was a boom voice, and the voice said, "It is you." And I knew what he was saying was that long name that she called was my actual name. I've just never heard it called to me in reference to me. And I knew that was Jesus from the volume and the boom of the voice, I knew it was Jesus. And I never did look to my left, though. I wanted to look upon him, but I didn't. And as soon as he said that it was you, I felt myself being pulled towards the door, through that rectangular dark doorway, and I was, because it was directly in front of me, and I went right through the doorway, and that was the end of the vision. And I don't know if that is considered a rapture dream. I don't know if it was just, I had been praying a lot, off and on, but a lot, about that parable in Matthew, I think 24, 25, 26, somewhere around there, about the virgins and being ready, and when the door opens, to be awake and ready. So maybe this was Jesus answering that, those prayers about being ready when that door opens. But I just want to say, I pray you all have ample amount of oil in your lamps, and that you are ready when that door is open, because that was what I had been praying. And also I did find in Isaiah 62:2, Isaiah 62:2 in King James, it says, "And the Gentiles shall see thy righteousness, and all kings thy glory. And thou shalt be called by a new name, which the mouth of the Lord shall name." Amen. So I think we have a different name that the Lord has for us. We're given an earthly name by our parents, but I think the Lord has one that he calls us. And I think that's what the dream was about. I was being called by my Lord's name. So, amen. And I just pray that you all are holding your heads up and looking towards heaven, and keeping your oils and your lamp full and your mind on God. I know it's not easy, but I'm sure we'll be all happy at the end result when we're all in heaven. And I pray I see you all in heaven. So please keep fighting, because Jesus is fighting for you. And he loves you, and so do I. Take care.